This conference will now be recorded.
Hello, everyone. I just want to welcome everybody to our secondhand smoke awareness presentation. I am Ms. Maisha Smith, the project director for the Mississippi Tobacco Free Coalition. And I just want to let you guys know that this is an awareness presentation. We are here to educate. We're not here to tell you what to do, what not to do. We're just going to give you some good, helpful information. I hope that this finds you well and safe. And we're just going to go ahead and get right into our secondhand smoke presentation for today. So it's going to cover cigarette smoke as well as e-cigarette aerosols. So what is secondhand smoke exactly? Secondhand smoke is the combination of smoke from the burning end of the cigarette and the smoke breathed out by the smoker. So secondhand smoke contains more than 7,000 chemicals. That's why it's so important to remember that there are no safe levels of secondhand smoke. So what is in a vape cloud? What is a vape? Okay, so an e-cigarette is an aerosol. Don't be fooled. There is no water present. So it is a aerosol. It's a chemical mix. E-cigarettes do not contain smoke, but they do have secondhand emissions, which means that they burn chemicals just like your cigarettes burn chemicals as well. So this is just a warning, guys, that there are no safe levels of secondhand smoke exposure. There is no risk-free level of exposure to secondhand smoke or e-cigarette aerosols. So keep in mind, vaping is not safer. There's a lot of information out there about vaping, but you're still ingesting chemicals into your body and putting chemicals into the air that others are breathing. So secondhand smoke contains hundreds of toxic chemicals, and about 70 of those chemicals are known to be cancer causing. So here are some of the ingredients right here for secondhand smoke. You know that nicotine is as addictive as heroin, and nicotine is the addictive ingredient. So if you just take a moment to review some of the other ones, you might recognize them. And please remember that secondhand smoke stays in the air for at least 4 hours. It then gradually settles into your clothing, your furniture, your carpeting, and it becomes something that we like to refer to as third-hand smoke. But we're just going to cover secondhand smoke today, guys. So, who is affected by secondhand smoke? How does secondhand smoke affect us? Okay, as you see, secondhand smoke affects everyone. Everyone who is breathing can be affected by secondhand smoke. Here are some of your health effects. I'll give you guys just a second to kind of look over those. And as you see, in adults who have never smoked, secondhand smoke can cause heart disease and or lung cancer. And as you see from the slide here, guys, developing lung cancer, you increase your risk by 20 to 30%. And mind you, this is from secondhand smoke. This is not the smoker. So how does it impact your heart? How does secondhand smoke affect your heart? So if you kind of look at this list right here, it gives you everything from your 5 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes to 2 hours. Now you may have some adverse reactions. Secondhand smoke and e-cigarette aerosol is also a risk factor for new cases of asthma in preschool age children. Babies breathe 30 to 60 times a minute. Thereby taking in more secondhand smoke, adults breathe 10 to 20 times a minute. So as you see, babies' respiratory rate is much faster than adults. So please care for their air and remember that they're breathing the same air that you do. So here are just some of the risk factors for babies, including ear infection, asthma attacks, respiratory systems, respiratory infections, a greater risk of SIDS, and also lead poisoning. So what about your expecting mothers? What can expecting mothers expect to experience as a consequence of secondhand smoke? And as you see, there are some very real consequences for expecting mothers. So just to kind of put everything into perspective and give you guys a visual, this is just going to show you the cigarette equivalency of you being inside of a car for 1 hour with a smoker, or for you living in a home with a pack-a-day smoker. So just imagine that this is what you would be breathing. It would equal you actually being a smoker yourself. So let's not take secondhand smoke lightly. These are ways that you can protect your children from the dangers of secondhand smoke, because secondhand smoke is a preventable health risk. It's preventable. Just be safe. So this is another visual to just kind of give you guys the opportunity to take a look at how secondhand smoke affects your body in both adults and children. And here are just some of the resources that you do have available to you. You can also use us as a resource with the Mississippi Tobacco Free Coalition of Copiah and Lincoln counties. We are here to serve. We are here to educate and provide any resources of material. So if this is something that you want to be able to share, or that you want to provide for your staff, for your students, for your congregation, for anybody that you think can benefit from knowing the dangers of secondhand smoke, please contact us. Please let us know how that we could be a wonderful resource to you. Please stay safe. Please stay well. And thank you so much for attending this presentation.